Thank you so much, Arnie Holland, for joining me on She's All Over the Place. How are you today?
I'm feeling good, thank you.
Wonderful. Where in the world are you today?
I'm in Studio City, California.
Ooh, love Studio City. I used to live in Valley Village.
Oh, my son lives there. Yeah.
Oh, such a charming, cute area. I love it there so much.
Where are you?
Today I'm in New York City, actually. I'm in the East Village.
Oh, love it there too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's
Our
a,
office is on 6th Avenue and 10th Street for many years.
oh, nice, nice. Cool, very cool. So, let's honor you as an executive producer. Wow. I mean, lucky you. Me growing up as a child and in the life, and most people probably relate. How do you find out what an executive producer is? And then when did you decide you wanted to become one?
I sort of fell into my career step by step. I mean, originally I wanted to be an entertainment lawyer, which I am, and I wanted to be in the music business. So that was by design. I started off in law school with a thesis in 1973 about the future legal problems of the home video business, which didn't exist yet and didn't exist for another 8 years. And anyway, that paper got published by the Bulletin of the Copyright Society, and that day I got 2 job offers from Beverly Hills firms. Yay!
You were ahead of the curve.
Well, my hard work paid off. And I had a choice between a film law firm and a music law firm, and I went with the music one at the time. And then I wound up working at Capitol Records for 7 years. I loved that time working in the Capitol Tower. It was fun. And it was a great time for music. And then I heard that the home video business was actually starting, and I wound up helping to pioneer that.
Yeah, very cool. I just saw a clip of the Grammys, and Pharrell, who's in the music industry, says, work, 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 everyday work. And it's like what you said from when you started, how you loved working and how you did the work and it paid off. It resonates with what he is just saying now. It's like, do the work, do the work. So you guys are on the same energetic core line of do the work.
I actually, when I was at Capitol Records for the first 2 years, I used to work late into the night reading the files in the law department, trying to figure out what would go wrong with contracts. And I really enjoyed that. There's a whole file cabinet on the Beatles. I loved, looking through that. And then I rewrote the form contract for signing an artist at Capitol. I did it on my own, didn't tell anybody. And when I was done, I showed it to the head of business affairs. And next thing I knew, I was in business affairs. That's work. Yes, I did something nobody else had done because I found out what was wrong with the old contract and I fixed it.
Yeah. And I loved how you said you didn't tell anyone because when you tell people things, they like to ruin it and get involved and give their thoughts. And you were able just to do what you wanted to do and then present it when it was fully presentable. So that's a big awareness that I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's what happened. There was a person in charge of the head of the artist contract section of the law department. I didn't tell her what I was doing, and then I gave her the finished thing, and she was a little annoyed.
Yeah, yeah, but we're not responsible for other people's emotions, really. um, and I must say, because I love Stevie Nicks, I was on your IMDb, and I see your first credit is with Stevie Nicks. So, how was that experience?
Oh, we I came out of the music business, and here I was at RCA. So we were doing concert productions with the RCA and Arista artists. We worked with the Jefferson Starship. We worked with Lou Reed. We worked with the Eurythmics. We did a show with the Eurythmics before anyone in the U.S. had ever heard of them, and it helped break them on MTV. And that was fun. but we always wanted to work with artists that were on other labels, and it's hard to remember how this happened, but Stevie apparently had the rights to do this without her record company, and so they made a deal with us.
Wonderful.
And we sold it to HBO, uh, and it was a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Segueing into Heaven, how did you bridge the connection to be the executive producer on Heaven?
Well, I was one of four of them. And I,
Oh, I feel so important. Wow.
the phone said spam risk. I didn't mind doing that. Okay, so well, here we were at RCA Video Discs, right? Brand new technology, obsolete from the day it came out, but RCA had spent $1.5 billion making it, and they needed to have software. So our division was set up to find things that people might want to own, people might want to rent, people that would work for these new technologies.
Okay.
And so, we did the best thing, the most profitable thing we did was Jane Fonda's workout. And but we also did all these music shows because that's what I love doing. And I had a comrade at RCA Video Disc named Chuck Mitchell, who also came out of the music business. So we naturally gravitated toward doing music programs. When we had like I don't know, almost unlimited budget to do these things. And then along comes Diane Keaton's manager, who I guess had heard that we had done that Jane Fonda thing, and she came to our offices and pitched us on Heaven, and we were like, Diane Keaton, sure, yeah, we would love to work with Diane Keaton, and it just fell in our lap. But we were RCA, we had money, and we were willing to spend it. So basically, we gave her complete creative freedom to make this film, and she went back to LA and made it. I mean, well, we didn't meet her immediately. We did eventually, and we spent some time with her, especially after the film was completed. And she was sweet. She was funny. She was basically the same person that you see on screen.
Mhm.
She wasn't like some completely different person. She was funny and quirky, and she was really into this project, and she was fascinated by the possibility of heaven.
Yeah. She's a pioneer for us female filmmakers. And I saw brushstrokes of that classic photo of her with the camera, but until this came across my desk, I didn't know all the projects, that she was a female filmmaker. So, the remastering and the project coming out today, one reason why I feel like it's important for younger generations to bring forth this topic, and for younger generations to see this magic in her creations as a filmmaker. But how do you think the audiences are going to reconnect with it today?
Well, we've already kind of seen that. People are more into it today than they were in 1987 when we released it. We had theaters calling us, emailing us, wanting to screen the film. We screened it in LA, in New York, in Brooklyn, and also now it's going to be in uh, Lincoln Center, at Hot Docs in Toronto. It's going to be in the AFI Silver in Silver Springs, Maryland, right outside of DC. It was in Boston at the Brattle, um, and uh, in Hong Kong. And that gave us the, uh, feeling that there was really a lot of interest in the film now, and seeing the people show up at the LA screenings, place was packed, and twice. So I did the Q&As there, and it was fun.
Oh,
A lot of fun.
I missed out. I wish I was there. Wow.
It was at a place called the Philosophical Research Society,
Oh,
which I'd never heard of, but they have this
same.
gorgeous building in Los Feliz and
Oh,
great auditorium, and they do a lot of interesting things. Everything from tarot card readings. They have a, a, a bookshop and an art gallery, and it was built in the 1930s by a guy who was friends with Bela Lugosi, and uh, they want interesting things, and it's basically a room full of intellectuals talking about the unknowable. It was fun.
well, I'll have to look it up for when I go there next time. I'll have to look and check it out. Speaking of interesting, you said interesting twice. The film is so interesting. It's so eclectic. It gives you an insight to what's going on inside Diane Keaton's heart, mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
It's so specific. Like it's so specific, and the emotions, the ideology, and the repetition, right? It's something that comes up, but then it constantly comes up as individuals. So seeing the film back then and then seeing the film now, do you relate to it? How has that evolved for you from like when you first saw it to the evolution of where we are now in society?
Well, when I saw it at the Philosophical Research Center, first time in a theater in 35 years, and I was blown away by how relevant it is today, and maybe more relevant because people are open to different things today. And back then, there was some of the critics thought it was in bad taste. Well, who cares about bad taste now? You know, you know, I think that people are interested in it, and we had to remaster it because the only video we had was in SD, and it looked terrible. Uh, I had procrastinated on doing that because I wanted Diane to do a commentary, and I never could get through to her to get her to do that. And then when it was obviously too late, it was like, okay, we're going to remaster this now without the commentary. And it looks much better. It looked good on a big screen. It looks good on my big TV in the house. So I'm really pleased that it's finally coming out on a Blu-ray, which it wasn't good enough to do before. Now it's there. Even those old clips look good.
What a great way to honor her. I mean, she's won multiple Golden Globes, many other awards, multiple Lifetime Achievement Awards. I mean, just to, pay homage to who she is, her body of work. It's so eclectic and how she really connected with the people and understood people, like understood people's perceptions and their emotions. And it's so wild. Do you know how she found the people she chose to have in the film?
Everyone asks that question. I don't know for sure, but I suspect she had the studio in Venice. And, Venice is known for odd people walking up and down the boardwalk. And I believe she corralled some people right off the boardwalk. Some of them might have come from Hollywood Boulevard. I don't know. Um, but, if they were right there, it made sense. And then she used some of her family, and she got clips from evangelicals. She even, yeah, or, it ran the gamut of different ideas. Uh, I love the clips from movies. Pe People flying around with their wings. Um,
I feel so important right now. It's like,
there is another one of our films that's screening at the Philosophical Research Center on the 27th of February. We're screening the film Aria, 10 different directors, uh, and we're going to be recording it on Zoom a Q&A with the producer of the film who was on all 10 sets and knew all the directors personally, including
mhm.
Jean Godard and Robert Altman and uh, well, I can never remember. It's like the Seven Dwarfs. There's so many of them. There's 10 of them, and it's a wonderful film, uh, which used the RCA Red Seal catalog as its base. Basically, each director took a piece of opera music that they loved and made a video interpretation of it.
Oh, wow. Well, if you're open to it, we'll have to have you on again and we can specifically talk about that project too.
Sure. You can come to the theater if you want to.
Yeah, it's February 10th
No, February 27th.
in LA.
Yeah, in LA, in Los Feliz, which is, you know, right where Los Feliz Boulevard meets Griffith Park Boulevard. There's a
Okay.
big
If I
building
can,
on the hill.
if I can make it be there, if I can be there, I'll be there. Thank you
Really
so
cool
much.
place. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. So yeah, I just, just as a thought, two things. One, the eclectic people that she could have used, like, off the streets, like they say now, like person without housing, it's like I've heard growing up, people who, are unhoused, that they say they're the ones who are closest to God, and since she explores God, like what God is, do you believe in God? Like, what does God mean to you? Like you said, the people who are in different congregations, just to have the perspective from all areas and walks of life, it's just so intricate, and to be able to show all this but not judge anyone,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
and
You,
it's quite comical, and with the old footage, which was fantastic. You said like unlimited budget, which is like how that could be segregated together, but to have like the comical aspect, because they're such serious topics, but what we as a society are brainwashed, learned, and taught as we're little. So when I was a kid, you're taught, like, it's so cute with the kids, and you're taught as a kid, like, like the devil, he has the fork and it's bad. Like when I'm watching, it's like, oh, it reminded me of like what I was brainwashed to talk, that fear, that instilled fear at a young age. You kind of become removed from it, but for me, it kind of like reconnected me with some of my roots of like what earlier on people taught me, because that's what they were taught, right? And so
yeah.
I thought it was just really interesting how we can observe that and look into that and be aware of that.
Yeah, she showed lots of different ideas in there from lots of different people. And what I think about it is that's funny is that the crazy people and the normal people and the family, they all had crazy ideas. Um, and it's, there's a lot of laughter in the theater. And I think she was very careful to not offend too many people, though really when the film came out, I was expecting picket lines around theaters. Actually, I was hoping for that, but that didn't happen. Um, and I always loved this film, but it was quiet for a long time, and now it's almost new. So
Yeah, yeah. I just love the specificity. It's like she understands humans and the world, but also as an actor, like it's the topic is it's so specific, and everyone has their strong core beliefs of how that is, and it is what it is. So I mean, it was just fantastic, remarkable. Everyone needs to see it on Blu-ray, and
it'll be,
we
yeah,
pardon.
it'll be streaming too on various platforms.
Yay.
It is going to be like for rent and on Amazon and so on.
And then we need to give a shout out, because you're a man of music, to Howard Shore, who did the score and the music. I mean, how he was weaving it in. I mean, it was just fantastic.
Yeah, I did the deal with Howard and all those music deals. And yeah, I love the way the music is used in this. The uh, Lionel Richie, and um, there's a song called Heaven in there by I forget who the name of the band is, but uh, sorry about that. Don't remember.
It's
But
okay.
it's beautiful. and Sam Cooke at the end. Uh, that's a great one.
Yeah, wonderful. Is there anything else you want to share with the person tuning in before we roll out?
We've covered most of it. I think that this film is worth looking at, and you should look at it with, uh, someone that you love, and then talk about it after.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love that. I love that. And I guess lastly, any advice, words of wisdom for a young buck entrepreneur out there who wants to get going or on for 2026, a way to pivot and get going?
When you come to a crossroad, when you have a choice, think hard and make the right choice,
Okay.
and then work, and make sure that. And as a lawyer, I made some mistakes. Basically, don't admit that you don't know how to do something. Figure it out. There's lots of ways to finding the answers.
Figure it out. Yeah. Okay, and then lastly, is there a book that you want to recommend that is one of your personal favorites? That could be personal or business, anything that just inspired you along your journey?
I have like 1,000 books in my Kindle. I read a lot of books. Is one my favorite? Um, I don't know about that. I really don't. I don't have a favorite. Um, uh, Recently, okay, I'll tell you about a book that you probably don't know about, but that you might be interested in. Uh, One of my best friends worked with Miles Davis for about 5.5 years on 3 albums, helping him create a new sound of jazz fusion for Tutu Mandla and the music from Siesta. And he's delivered to us a tribute album to Miles for his 100th birthday, which is on May 26th.
Mm.
So, and the art for it is this gorgeous piece of art. And he said, "Oh, it came from Joe Gelbard." And I'm like, "Who's that?" "Oh, well, that was Miles's girlfriend for the last 7 years of his life.
Mm.
And she wrote a book." And I went on Amazon and bought the book. It's called Miles and Joe, J-O, A Love Story. And it's a great book about a woman a very wealthy woman who came from a wealthy family and was married to a wealthy guy who met Miles Davis in the elevator, and it changed her life. And she was also a painter. So this painting that she gave us for the cover of this tribute album, it was something she made. But she also taught Miles Davis how to paint. And
Oh,
they made 50 paintings together.
wow. Wow.
And he he's a really interesting guy. You find out a lot about him from reading this book, and you see the pain and suffering that the woman went through trying to decide what to do about her life, because she was happily married. Well, not so happily married, but she had a kid, and she was happy in her life. And so it's, yeah, Miles and Joe, A Love Story. It's not a big book. It's not a well-known book, but it's really interesting, especially for a young woman.
I'm gonna get it right. Right now. I'm gonna order it and support. Thank you for sharing that. That's really beautiful. I really appreciate you.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was great connecting. Thank you so much for tuning in to She's All Over the Place, and we'd love to have you back anytime, Arnie.
Great. Great. Keep in touch. All right.
I will. I
Bye.
will. Love to. Okay. Bye.
Bye.